Hello, my name is Heecheol Shim. Let's start the presentation now. The presentation topic is empirical analysis on resolving the digital gap using smart solution, focusing on the Smart Campus Challenge project. First abstract. This study was conducted based on the actual verification case of the Smart Venue Project Group among the consortiums selected for the 2021 Smart Campus Challenge project conducted by the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport as an empirical analysis of resolving the digital divide through smart solutions. The studies conducted so far have only investigated the actual condition of the gap in the range of accessibility, competency, and ability to utilize the digital gap. However, this study is meaningful in that in conducted verification that can be compared before and after actual use in the provision of digital information and the use of facilities such as digital devices and education within the selected project site. Further analysis, a survey was conducted on actual users by dividing the stage before, during, and after the establishment of the smart venue spaces. A total of 300 samples was obtained by conducting 100 questionnaires for each stage, and the trend analysis was performed. As a result of a factor analysis based on previously refined variable for factors was expected. Smart city information recognition status, city and regional problem status, smart venue satisfaction, digital information resolution, and service satisfactions. As a result of the regression analysis, it was found that the recognition level of smart city information gradually increased over time in relation to the recognition status of smart city information by period. In addition, as accessibility to the current status of urban and regional problems was secured in connection with this, it was found that the interest in the relevant part increased. In particular, satisfaction with the configured space was linked to the developed app, and reliability and convenience were improved, and service satisfaction increased. In particular, the smart venue provides this service shared by local residents regardless of age or income. Build a smart venue as a support project from local governments and the public, and local residents use devices, so satisfaction was also high. In terms of convenience for communal living, it is judged that differentiation from other models has been secured as cultural and medical service support, which is lacking in local small and medium-sized cities, and local field experts perform service coordination. The result of this analysis showed that the limited service provided by the existing shelters and community centers device built by smart technology. The hub functions is provided as a gray zone that connects cities and space, and smart solution with advanced ICT, convergence technology, and AI technology are applied. It has proven that the validity of building an open innovation platform has been secured through convenient use and fast service open API implementation. First, introduction. Korean society is seeking a way to resolve the growing information gap between regions, along with the aging of the population. In in particular, in the process of developing more complex and default information technology due to the fourth industrial revolution, the informatization, phenomenon, and the digital economy, the ability to adapt is essential. Adaptation capacity is bound to be derived from a relatively low level, and the gap continues for increase over time. In the youth group or in large cities, learning field is naturally provided to acquire a high-level information culture, but it is common for the elderly or small and medium-sized cities to be relatively a limitation. This trend is called the digital divide, and it is recognition as a very important issue in the task of integration between social classes. Therefore, research is being actively carried out in various forms and methods in academia. However, the studies conducted so far have only investigated the actual condition of the gap in the range of accessibility, competency, and ability to utilize the digital gap. In addition, verification that can compare before and after actual use in the utilization and use of digital devices, etc., is quite insufficient. Accordingly, the Ministry of Infrastructure, the Transport announced the 2021 Smart Campus Challenge project in accordance with article. The contents of the project are to demonstrate and commercialize the research content of the university and the application of young and innovative smart solution to campuses and region through industry-university connection. In other words, it is to compare an analysis before and after the introduction of smart solutions and build a DB to solve the digital divide, solve problems in local small and medium cities, and secure an ecosystem to form a smart city foundation. Therefore, the study intends to provide the smart solution through the Smart Campus Challenge project promoted by the Smart Venue project. Among the consortiums selected for the project, based on this, it is judged that various policy implications such as the degree of resolution of the digital divide through actual verification by the project group. Suggestions on operational form and measures sought to the demonstration, enhancement and diffusion measures, and change in the post-war perceptions can be derived. Second contains the project group consists of the consortium of 5 institutions. If we look at the plans for each consortium in detail, first, Gwangju National University, the host institution support training and support for operating personnel, establishment of regional governments, and establishment of living labs, etc. To analyze effectiveness and expand plan with local governments. Thus, appropriate various monitoring and customized consulting will be continuously discussed. 예산군 plan to expand the smart base and support the residents to enjoy the service by establishing a smart venue in connection with the upper smart city plan. Chungcheongnam-do Development Corporation plans to share the DB obtained through the demonstration project with Gwangju National University and use it for project to improve the living, health, and education condition of residents. Opportunities will be expanded. RQQ Plus and bus mile. Commercialize the smart venue by building service and space frameworks and ICT solutions. Respectively, the detailed demonstration plan is as follows. Figure 1. Look at this figure 1. Figure 1 is detailed plan the demonstration between consortiums. The demonstration sites were selected as small and medium-sized cities in South Korea: Yesan-gun, Chungcheongnam-do, and Asan-si. Chungcheongnam-do, this is because as a result of considering various conditions, it was judged and as a suitable target for demonstrating smart solution for solving aging and declining areas, as it has differentiated problems from urban problems in large cities, such as accelerated population outflow, declining aging, and digital disparities. Table 1 shows the general stage of local government selected as target site. In the case of Yesan-gun, Chungcheongnam-do, smart city venue space was built in the Yesan Cultural Center operated by Yesan-gun, and in the case of Asan-si, Chungnam, the facilities inside the Happy House of the Chungnam type Happier House were built as a smart venue. In the case of Yesan Cultural Center, it is a space used by residential of various classes and has excellent location accessibility. The Chungnam type Happier housing is suitable as an urban hub that can be used by both the residents of the housing complex and the local residents as a target for newly young people and the socially disadvantages. The empirical outlines such as the zoning system and area of the base project site to be built is shown in Table 2, Table 3, Table 4 below. In the case of Yesan-gun, Chungcheongnam-do, the space on the second floor of the Yesan Cultural Center was divided into 4 zones to form a smart venue. In the case of Zone 1, as a book cafe, technologies such as dashboard, smart light bulb, gateway and AI speakers, and AI CCTV were applied. Zone 2 is a smart healthcare space with folding doors and body composition and analyzers, blood pressure monitors, weight monitor for Zwift and Zwift, and AI CCTVs. Zone 3 is a multi-purpose studio with broadcasting, recording facilities, dedicated PC installation, camera, and chroma key screen applied. The last 4 zones are individual learning space and a distance education space for one person was created. The app, a service developed among with it loaded with hospital reservation, health consultation, and notification information. In the case of Asan시, Chungcheongnam-do, a smart venue was constructed by dividing the common space of the Chungnam type healthcare house into 3 zones. In the case of Zone 1, a body composition analyzer, blood pressure monitor, weight monitor, Zwift monitor, PC, and server were built as a smart healthcare space. In Zone 2, a PC, camera, chroma screen, and lighting microphone were built as a content project room. And in Zone 3, a non-face-to-face training room was equipped with a tablet, traditional screen, a PC, projector, and conference camera microphone. In other areas, a TV for dashboard, tablet for controlling smart devices, and AI CCTV were applied. Based on the establishment smart venue, it was attempted to derive the result of the degree of resolution of the digital divided. Suggestions of operation form and methods, thought, demonstration, enhancement, and diffusion method, and changes in perception after the world. First, a survey was conducted with real users by dividing the stage into before, during, and after the establishment of the smart venue space. A total of 300 samples were obtained by conducting 100 questionnaires at each stage, and the variable was selected based on the considered previous studies. As a result of factor analysis, smart city information recognition status, city and regional problem status, smart venue satisfaction, digital information resolution, and service for factors of satisfactions were extracted. Based on the extracted analysis result, it can be seen that the recognition level of smart city information is gradually increasing over time in relation to the recognition status of smart city information by period. In addition, as accessibility to the current status of urban and regional problems was secured in connection with this, it was found that the interest in the relevant part increased. In particular, satisfaction with the configured space was linked to the development app, and reliability and convenience were improved, and service satisfaction increased. Third conclusions. This study was conducted based on the actual verification case of the Smart Venue Project Group among the consortium selected for 2021 Smart Campus Challenge project, conducted by the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport as an empirical analysis on resolving the digital divide through smart solutions. The studies conducted so far have only investigated the actual condition of the gap in the range of accessibility, competency, and ability to utilize the digital gap. However, this study is meaningful in that it conducted verification that can be compared before and after actual use in the provision of digital information and the use of facilities such as digital devices and education within the selected project site. Further analysis, a survey was conducted on actual users and by dividing the stages before, during, and after the establishment of the smart venue space. A total of 300 samples were obtained by conducting 100 questionnaires for each stage, and the trend analysis was performed. As a result of a factor analysis based on our previously refined variables, 4 factors were extended. Smart city information recognition status, city and regional problem status, smart venue satisfaction, digital information resolution, and service satisfaction. As a result of the regulation analysis, it was found that the recognition level on smart city information gradually increased over time in relation to the recognition stage of smart city information by period. In addition, as accessibility to the current status of urban and regional problems was secured in connection with this, it was found that the interest in the relevant part increased. In particular, satisfaction with the configured space was linked to the developed app, and reliability and convenience were improved, and service satisfaction increased. In particular, the smart venue provides services shared by local residents regardless of age or income. Build a smart venue as a support project from local governments and the public, and local residents and use devices, so the satisfaction was also high. In terms of convenience for communal living, it is judged that differentiation from other models has been secured as cultural and medical service support, which is lacking in local small and medium-sized cities and local field export perform service coordination. The result of this analysis show that the limited services provided by existing shelters and community center and the diversity filled by smart technology, the hub function is provided as a gray zone that connection cities and space and smart solution with advanced ICT convergence technology and AI technology applied. It proves that the validity of building an open innovation platform has been secured through convenient use and fast service open API implementation. Combining the analysis result and implications, it is judged that the post-operation management aspect after the completion of the demonstration is also a very important part. This can be broadly divided into 4 categories. First, sustainable operation is required. For this, it will be essential to establish a dedicated AS team due to the characteristics of smart devices and to establish a remote support system. Thus, management and support, server support, regional governance, organization and operation, and introduction of remote solutions. Second, maintenance, cost and management subject after the completion of the project. The Yesan Cultural Center belongs to Yesan-gun and the Chungnam type. Heecheol Home belong to the Chungnam Development Corporation, respectively, and the subject of maintenance must be maintained in the same way. Third, the establishment of a sustainable cooperative system among participating organizations. Each consortium must continue to play roles such as establishment of diffusion and service and special framework, establishment of ICT solution, and establishment of governance and living lab. Through this continuous monitoring and consulting on the effectiveness of the smart venue should be accompanied. Fourth, the utilization and linkage of the empirical result data should be accompanied. Healthcare data collected through demonstration should be stored and analyzed in the self-management server and used as customized guide information for residents' health, exercise patterns, and living convenience. In particular, data related to environment issues which are emerging recently should be used as base data to improve the living environment of residents, and AI CCTV, etc. should be used as data for a safe and comfortable life of residents. This study was analyzed based on actual empirical cases and has various policy and academic implications. However, the lack of post-test verification in the actual diffusion stage remains a limitation of the study. It is hoped that additional research on these areas will be conducted after the completion of this project in the future, and an efficient methodology will be derived through the introduction of smart solution appropriate the actual digital divide. Thank you so much.